Alright guys, welcome back. We're going to be solving another equation in today's video, and we have x squared minus 2 to the power of 2 is equal to x plus 2, and we need to solve this equation for x. So looking at this, the first thing that comes to mind is that we have a minus b to the power of 2, which will be a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. And what we can do, we can just do the same thing on the left side of the equation, try to write that part in this format and bring everything on the right side of the equation to the left and try to solve that equation. That's one way to solve it, but that's not how we're going to solve this equation in this video, and we're going to take a different approach to solve this one, which is a very interesting way to solve this equation. And what we're going to do in here is that we're going to let x squared minus 2 be y, and if that's the case, we can bring 2 on the other side of the equation and y to the left. And if we do that, we know we have to switch the signs in here, so y is positive on the right side. If it comes to the left, it will be negative, and same for the 2, it's negative on the left side. If it goes on the right side, it will be positive. And if that's the case, what we have for this part, we called x plus 2 is equal to y squared, which is what we have on the left side. Basically, we call this one y. So y squared is equal to x plus 2, and in here we can write it down as y squared minus x is equal to, so we're going to bring x to the left side. Again, the sign would change to negative, and basically we have x squared minus y equal to 2, and we have y squared minus x is equal to 2, meaning the left side and right side, basically x squared minus y is equal to y squared minus x, which will be equal to 2. So now this is how we're gonna continue with this question. Basically, we're gonna bring everything on the right side to the left. So we'll have x squared minus y squared plus x is equal to 0. Again, whatever we have on the right side, we switch the signs and we bring it to the left side. So y is positive, it gets negative in here, and x is negative, it will be positive in here. Alright, now we can pair each of these two together. We're gonna pair x squared and y squared together, and y and x together. So we'll have x squared minus y squared, and we will have plus x minus y as the other pair. And if we look at here, we'll see that we have difference of two squares, a squared minus b squared, which will be a minus b times a plus b. So keep that in mind. We're going to apply that in here. So we'll get x minus y times x plus y, and we have plus x minus y is equal to 0. Now we can see the common factor here, which is x minus y, and we're going to factor x minus y in here, and we'll end up with x plus y from the first expression, and we have plus 1 from the second expression. And now looking at this, we got to that a times b is equal to 0, meaning a can be 0 and b can be 0. So this is our a and this is our b. Let's put each of these equal to 0, see what we get. So let's go with a is equal to 0 first, and keep in mind that at the beginning of this question, we called our y x squared minus 2 is equal to y. So you have to keep that in mind, that we called x squared minus 2 is equal to y. So we're going to use this instead of our y in here. So we have basically x minus y, which is x squared minus 2 is equal to 0. And if we look at this, we'll see we have minus x squared plus x plus 2 is equal to 0. We can multiply that by minus 1 in order to get rid of the negative sign. So minus x minus 2 is equal to 0. So we have a quadratic equation. We can either use the quadratic formula that we have, or go with the shortcut that we have for solving these kind of equation, where we have two numbers. So we have to figure out two numbers that multiply minus 2. So we have two numbers that multiply minus 2 and add minus 1. Those two numbers are minus 2 and plus 1. So if you multiply minus 2 by 1, we get minus 2, and if we add them, we get minus 1, which is what we have in here. So our equation can be written as x minus 2 times x plus 1 is equal to 0, and we can find two roots in here. First one will be 2, and the second one is minus 1. So basically, again, we have that a times b equal to 0, a is equal to 0, and b equal to 0 as we discussed in the previous step, and we get two answers in here for now. So that was the first part of the question where we had our a is equal to 0, or this part. Now we have x plus y plus 1 is equal to 0. So now we're going with b is equal to 0, where we have x plus y plus 1 is equal to 0. Again, we have to keep in mind that our y is x squared minus 2. So we're just going to put, instead of our y, x squared minus 2. So our equation can be written as x plus x squared minus 2 plus 1 is equal to 0. And basically we have minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. Our equation will turn into x squared plus x minus 1 is equal to 0. So now for solving this, again, we have another quadratic equation, but we cannot use the shortcut that we have because we cannot find the two numbers that multiplies minus 1 and add plus 1. That means we have to go with our quadratic formula. So we have our a, which is what we have for x squared 1. We have our b, the coefficient of x, and we have our constant number as c, which is minus 1. So if we want to find the answer, we have minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c over 2a, and this is going to give us minus 1 plus or minus the square root of b squared 1 minus 4 times a times c over 2. And if we look at this, we'll see our x will be minus 1 plus or minus, under the square root we have 1 plus 4, so 5 over 2, and that's going to give us two more answers. So the third answer we will minus 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2, and the fourth answer would be minus 1 minus the square root of 5 over 2. So 4 answers in total. Hope you guys enjoyed this strategy. Again, it's a very different strategy to solve these kind of questions. Let me know if you guys have any other approach to solve this one other than the two methods that we discussed in this question, and feel free to drop your question in the comment section. I'd be happy to answer those. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and comment. It's gonna help me to reach out to more students. And you guys take care. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.